Hello world. Just a little update on kind of what I'm working on. So, in my last video, I was going to talk about trying to build out apps and games, but probably more focus on apps at the moment. Just because I think I can put them together a little quicker without worrying about all the graphics and sound design and level design and all that. And then the general idea is, build up a portfolio of apps. Maybe that's useful to get an actual contract or job again. Haven't been doing a lot of contract work for iOS development. The other possible would probably be what I'd like more, but haven't ever done it. So we'll see how doable it is like bringing in revenue. But I was looking into, let's see, go over here, tab, Astro app. And I've been doing some keyword research. And then I've also been looking at, let me open up a new tab here, bring up Safari. Also been looking up Sensor Tower. Log into that apparently. I don't know why it always brings up Instagram. What was the app? Simpler budget. Yeah, this is one of them I was looking at, and this was one of the lower ones. Yeah, 50K and all that. So, and this is again one of the lower ones. There was also every dollar. That was one I was looking at. Apple platforms, 400K. So I mean, these are budgeting apps. So I've got more of the UI built out than just this, but this is more functional at the moment. It's not quite how this UI is going to work because, you'll see in a minute, it doesn't look great. Number one, this doesn't look great. And also I need to add every other week and every other month. But let's say you've got, this is a tool I wanted. So it's like you enter in all your bills and then it automatically breaks it down for you. Obviously, you could put your income into, or your hourly, or your freelance, like gig work, whatever, and have an income, and that'll make more sense in my other view, my summary view, but we'll get to that once I get it cleaned up more. But here, let's say you've got, house, and, let's say house is 2,700, right, 2,700. So annually, you need to make $32,400 just for your house, and monthly, obviously, that's $2,700. Weekly, you need to be making $623 a week, and hourly, that's $15.58 an hour. Now, where I live, minimum wage is $16.28 an hour. So minimum wage would not cover your rent, which is not good. And that's not including, let's say, hey, food is, let's say it's, we'll put a 120, which you can see it adds a little bit, but that's monthly, and more realistically, that's probably weekly. So adds it up. Now we're up to $18.58 an hour we need. And again, we haven't added in, power. Let's say power is like, I don't know, 420. That's monthly. So, really quickly, you can start seeing, we're needing $21 an hour just to pay a couple of our bills. So I think this would be useful. And then I think once you add up all your bills, maybe that also, or maybe not, because your income might not be enough, or it might be a lot more. So you'd have a little extra money to do savings and all that. So I'm working on kind of like a bill management app with, and try to build out an app that I think I would be useful for me. I think it'd be useful for other people. And if, websites like Sensor Tower are, to be believed, are possibly profitable. And what they're doing is monthly, annual, monthly, quarterly subscriptions, which these are all pretty expensive. I was not going to do this, not this expensive, but. And then I was also thinking, I'm working on iPhone now, but look at the iPad one. It looks like a blown up iPhone. You think you're bringing in $400K a month. You think you could spend a little bit of UI design on making a better iPad one. So this is iPhone for now, but I want to bring it to the iPad, and I want to bring it to desktop, and then work with some iCloud or CloudKit syncing so it works. So, you enter in all your bills here. You don't have to go and do it on your computer. It's all syncing across everything and make out a really usable app. And again, the UI is not great. This is ugly. But this is kind of what I'm working on. This is pretty much working. I think it's mostly UI stuff, and then adding the every other week and every other month. Because let's say, at least where I live, if I do like city utilities, I put that in, and let's say that's, I don't know, 360, something like that. That, let's go 0, 44, 48. That adds up to that, but it's not a monthly thing, and it's not a weekly thing. It's every other month. So something to think about. And then it's just putting it all right here. I don't know if that makes the most sense. Maybe you could add bills, and then there would be like a bills detail view. I don't know. But yeah. Hopefully the audio is good, not going all over the place. But this is just kind of an update of what I'm doing. If you're looking at the line count, I'm just writing everything in one Swift file, kind of getting it to work, and then copy it, Command X, Command V. But yeah, gonna get it more organized and get things put together, and hopefully have this app out next week, something like that. And it might just be the iPhone version. And then, next week will be the iPad version. The week after that will be or Mac version. Kind of build it out like that. And I'm going to start with a 0.1 release, and then I'm going to build up to a 1.0 release. So that's kind of my thinking there. But yeah, let me know if these are interesting. Seeing like me developing my documenting my indie app stuff. I'll also try to put out tutorials mixed in with all this, but let me know in the comments what's more interesting or useful. And I'll try to be sharing all the source code as well. I do want to look into Apple's financial kit and see if I can integrate it into here, which will collect data from like your Apple Card and Apple Cash, and so you don't have to like manually enter all your expenses as well. But I'm gonna look into that. Not sure on that yet. I haven't looked into it too much, and it's pretty new. I think they introduced it last year, so we'll see. But anywho, that's my update. I'm gonna get back to working on this and hopefully put out some more coding tutorials soon. Yeah, and I don't edit these, and I'm looking all over for the stop button because I'm using... Anywho, hopefully that was useful. Ta-ta.